Well, it's back in. About half hour, 45 minutes later. Well, I didn't have any problems again. That worked out real well, just rolling the transmission back and putting it together. And it was on its side and just flipping it up and rolling it in. I was even locking and unlocking the parking pawl like to help hold it. So it worked out pretty well. As I said last time, I tried to just do that thing like the manual said, where you roll the transmission back and put the front bolt in the rear bolt hole. Just wasn't enough room. That's why I ended up banging the linkages around and scratching my tower. Probably should have got this excess silicone carved off before I had the hydro unit back in. I'll just have to be careful nothing falls in the gear case. I even remembered my new dipstick from my parts transmission. There was a time not too long ago when, I guess Bolens is now owned by MTD, and they still had some parts. I think, well, I know that I got that parking pawl, mine was broken, and I got a new one right from MTD. They still had leftover parts. It was probably only, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Well, maybe it was five or six when I redid the tractor. I can't really remember. But yeah, there was a list at one time of all the parts they still had, and this little dipstick was on there, but I looked on their website and they didn't have any, so. Well, I have another one for now. I hate to not have any spare parts and stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe when MTD was getting more lean, if that's possible, maybe they sold all these excess parts to one of those guys that has all the OEM parts online. I'm sure they're not hard to find. I mean, I've seen a lot of small engines have dipsticks like that, so kind of a dumb dipstick anyway. The full mark's like right at the bottom of the thread, so I guess you could just stick a bolt in there if you had to and just fill it up to the hole. But everything went back in. All I got to do now is hook up the linkages and put that top plate back on. Get the hoses and the filter on. Hopefully there's no problems with it. And I guess the brake, of course. The only thing left to do on this drive shaft, I had a little bag with some of those set screws, I guess they are. There's one that goes over top of the key to hold the key down so it doesn't slide out. And I can't find them. I just had them. They were under that little recess under the seat when I took the fenders off the other day. Just don't know where they went. But there it is. Ready to get hooked up. And the spring got mangled somehow. Oops. Well, I think that's it for tonight. I've been working on this thing probably 7 or 8 hours today. Taking breaks to review my videos and eat, and so probably about 5 or 6 hours just in doing the work, I would say. I'm sure there's people again that'll laugh at me and say, what an idiot, I did that in like, 45 minutes, but I try to take my time with things. I replaced this hydro. This was actually the used one I bought on eBay, the one that I took apart this time. When I put this in last year, I tried to go real fast, and it was just nothing was going right. So it's best just to take your time. So there it is, the majority of the work done. All that work for one little 44-cent O-ring. Crazy. Well, that one lasted 50 years. Hopefully this one will last. Sure, another 50 years I probably won't care. What am I ever going to do with this tractor? Pretty much don't use it for anything but plowing snow anymore. It's so bad on gas. I have a mower for it. I have a mower and a snow cab. And my wife's grandpap actually had a 1250 Bolens that he bought brand new that he still has. And he had lift arms that he gave me, the lift arms kit for it. Which actually, those are worth quite a bit of money. I think the last ones I saw on eBay they were asking like $300, I think, for it. I don't know if they got it, but so I have that. I never put the cab on. I had it out last year and I couldn't figure out how the hell it went on. It looked like you had to drill holes in the fenders, and I didn't want to do that, so I didn't have the cab on last year. So that's pretty much it. Maybe another hour or two is worth of work, and then I don't know, this thing's been sitting for a while. I don't know if it'll start. Probably will. Battery's probably dead. Oh yeah. Dead as a door now. Well, probably should put the charger on that here tomorrow. I don't know how much I get done tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve and we have some family obligations, but we'll see. Not bad for a day's work, I guess. Hopefully this was, so far, was helpful or at least informative. I don't know how entertaining it was, unless you think everything I'm doing is stupid and you just can't believe how dumb I am. Hopefully that's not the case. Yep. I'll certainly make a video of my progress. And I guess if you're watching these videos, you can assume that there's no catastrophic failures, because if there is, I probably won't bother to put these videos on YouTube. Can't think really anything else. I know that this is the original throttle, and it's supposed to lock, but it doesn't lock. After a while, it kind of gets pulled back in, and the engine RPMs decrease. And I bought a new choke cable the other year, and you can actually get these cables brand new today from Sten's. Has them. I think they're for a wheel horse or something. Satoro or something had these, and they have the C and the T with the the locking, the arrows and everything are painted, but they look like the choke. They're black. They're not red, which you never really know. I'm kind of funny. I like to keep stuff original, but comes a point when you can't be too picky. I always used to joke for the guy when I'd go get parts for this Wisconsin engine. He'd always look it up and say, "Oh, can't get them anymore." I'd always say, "This damn tractor's only 50 years old and I'm already having trouble getting parts." Well, that's that. I think it's about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get something to eat. Till next time.